Cairo, congrats on Special Teams Player of the Week honors.
Thank you.
Can you describe what the conditions were like Monday night? And it was kind of a misty night, and just from your perspective, what the effect was?
Yeah, I think we got really lucky because Foxborough, that stadium can be tricky with that open end. I've played there. I had played twice before Monday night at night, so I knew that at night usually conditions are better than during the day. And there've always been a lot of wind coming from that tunnel, but it looks like there's a lot of construction, like a big scoreboard's going to come up. So I thought it was a very easy night as far as like wind wasn't blowing sideways. It was better one direction than another, away from that open end. But I thought as far as the wind was an easy night. The rain wasn't like a hard rain that was like making everything wet and difficult. It added a cool, like Monday night atmosphere to it, being in Foxborough, Northeast. So it was just a cool atmosphere that wasn't challenging.
What was your range in each direction?
I hit from 60 one way and the 58 the other, so I feel like I was hitting the ball good and hyped up a little bit. Given it was a cool game to be a part of. So the ball was flying pretty decent.
Did you say it's not as windy at night there?
I think everywhere. It just depends. I mean, it can still be windy. If there's a storm or a lot of clouds in the sky. I think, but typically the night games are calmer than during the day. I find, yeah.
You have to be kind of an amateur weatherman.
Sort of, yeah. I have a little string of like pre-wrap that I hold up, throughout the game and at practice. That's my gauge of like, if that thing is,
Instead of picking up grass and throwing it.
Yeah, I learned that. I gotta give credit to Danny Smith. I learned it from a player that was coached by the Steelers, special teams coordinator. So he came up with a pre-wrap.
Can you explain, your percentage here is like 91% since you joined the Bears. Before that, you were around 80. Do you have an explanation as to why you've been so much more accurate here?
The health is a big one. After I tore my groin in Kansas City, it took me about almost 3 years to like really feel comfortable that I could, because I like to take short steps that kind of require a little bit more explosion out of my leg, and mainly the adductor muscle, being a kicker. So when I went through the injury and kind of rehabbing, I tried to change my technique to use more momentum, like longer steps, so I can use more of my body, changing the foot position, so I try to use more quad than adductor. And there's not who I was that gave me the success in Kansas City. So, but I was trying to find ways that I could stay in the league, and keep getting opportunities. But it wasn't my consistent self. So I made the change. I think I remember talking about it in my first year here in 2020, that I watched a lot of tape back from Kansas City and made that change. I'm going to go back to 2 steps, and I've been consistent, and I feel like I'm that person again. So going through the injury and try to just keep my name in the loop in the NFL and getting workouts, making teams without putting my groin, exposing my groin. I think that caused me to being consistent and not have the production that I had early in my career and I'm having now.
The 50-yarder Monday night, anything notable to that kick at all for you, or was that just pretty basic?
No, we did feel like so they tipped that kick right before the half, the 23-yarder. They got a hand on it and the ball still went in. So I'll give credit to Coach Hightower for making a good change there that allow us to just protect better and maybe get the ball off faster. And so I wasn't feeling the pressure that I felt in the first half. They were keying something that they were bringing it every time, and I felt them coming. So after that, it cleaned up everything, and it actually, once I didn't feel that pressure, it made it more of a smoother operation.
You had 4 for 4 on 50-plus this year. What's the level of pride in that and being able to be so accurate from deep?
I was thinking about that today, actually, because I think I always talk about, like, streaks. There's a lot of great kickers that go through up and down. They're still great kickers, but there's, like, streaks of kicks that sometimes you miss that make you kind of change something or think that you're going through a slump. But once you get that streak again of making kicks, and then maybe the opportunities start, easier kicks get you that streak going, then start to feel better in making more kicks, and then all of a sudden you're kicking unconscious and just making kicks. I think that's happened to me, when I hit that streak here, and then I'm on a streak now, and I feel like those same things are happening. I hit the streak, and now I'm just kind of moving with what's working, the routine that's working. So I think throughout my career, I haven't been consistent 50 pluses because I didn't get on that streak. And I feel like once I'm on that now, like I look at a 50-yarder, it feels just like an extra point. But before, like I was so anxious to get a 50-yarder, just so I've always been confident that I'm good at 50-plus yarders, but my production in games haven't been that way. So I was like anxious to get one in the game so I can start that streak again. And sometimes that caused me to miss-hit the ball, being so excited that I got one. So I feel like I'm at such a good point in my career now, and my rhythm with the snap and hold, that it's feeling like that good streak is helping on the longer kicks too.
Cairo, when you missed that game against the Giants, was that something either physically or mentally that could have thrown you off your game? And how much of a challenge was it to kind of get back in the groove after missing a game like that?
Yeah, I definitely felt like I needed to, because I didn't kick, basically the whole time I was away. I felt like the first time I kicked at practice Wednesday was going to be a time to okay, I got to get my rhythm again. But I kicked really well that day, and then just kind of I remember how to kick again. So let's keep it rolling. And I got a lot of opportunities in that Minnesota game, longer kicks too. That it was good to continue the rhythm, and it's still carrying on to till today. That rhythm's still going. So it was just a couple of days that I felt like, okay, I'm definitely rusty. I haven't kicked the ball, but once I was able to practice it, it just comes back like riding a bike.